These are the best highlights from today's 2024 LEC Summer Playoffs matchup.
Take it for the Void Grubs instead, but it has been kind of the bread and butter now of G2 since we've hit late game summer and also coming into season finals to try and go for this early objective. So this is definitely something they're going to be trying to leverage as the game goes on to draw MDK into these fights where they're going to try and get that big wombo combo off.
The objectives being traded from both sides. Caps is fishing though, just trying to get a bit of information as to what Elyoya is up to. Rook'n'Play with a bit of push, goes for the all-in.
Level 6, just going to be the ult-for-ult trade, but good for any upcoming skirmish. Mirren without a TP and without an ulti at least lowers any immediate impact. Caps starting to trade with Elyoya.
Operate, because the big focal point for me with Mad Lions Koi was the early aggression, and they might go on to Caps.
Caps has the creeps to dash through, should be easy. Steps back to make sure he has the correct direction. Now has the Q3, but Elyoya just gonna flash in the Q4 with the knockup. Not gonna be there. Caps flashing out the wind wall. Waiting, taking his time, blinking. 92 HP. Run, 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 little sapperling. The damage not gonna connect. Up and available. Initial stun decent. Knight still hovering. There's really not much they can do here. G2, of course, with so much side lane threat, would have loved to have that buff, but weren't able to grab the earlier spawn. Will not be able to grab anything here. Conceding 6 grubs is incredibly rough, but at least they have the side lane champions to somewhat limit what MDK can do with it.
I don't think they're too concerned about it though. They can play elsewhere on the map. So I think that G2 willing to make these trades, sure, the losing of the grubs means that it kind of hurts their side lane threat, but ultimately I think they're still in a fine position.
Knock up there from Alvaro, just trying to zone out. Be happy to grab that third plate for the side of MDK as they slowly extend a gold lead. That said, only about 400 gold in exchange for the 2 Drakes of G2. Oh yeah, off to the side now. Ulti there, excellent combo. Hansama rooted up as well. The arrow now going down, but it's only onto the cow, and he doesn't take any damage. Caps here is the Osco, looking for the angle, looking for the knock-up onto multiple members, but just has to back away.
Control the mid lane. You're seeing this Blade of the Rune King build come through again as Mirren gets flashed up.
Broken Blade, leveraging his flash to get a further advantage. Knowing Mirren doesn't have his flash, keeping that timing perfect, just a couple of extra seconds. But now it's the TP coming in. Broken Blade needs to get the hell out. The slice the dice, how much longer? The sidestep is not there. The Gatling gun, the final auto as Frescowi gets the kill. Alvaro going forward. Unbreakable Will should be available, but we'll use the flash early on. Supa there to cover. Has to be careful of burning too many resources. Supa, is he ready to re-engage? No, he's been caught out now. And in goes the Gwen, the arrow, the perfect cleanse. Coming in for Supa to keep him safe. Elyoya now looking for the re-engage. The TP now coming in for Mirren, but he doesn't have the ulti. What is the cannon gonna do? Chase down the Ash is the answer. The exhaust is here, but it does absolutely nothing.
Mid, and Supa's chasing Mickey to high hell, but Mickey just able to escape away.
MDK coming alive. 14 minutes in, reacting to all the proactivity.
Damage, but Mirren's still fine for now, still has the flash.
You do get an example there of what the Mist can do against this Kennen, and now with having no Kennen, Alvaro, X-Flash is over. Has he got his team?
He doesn't. But for a moment, they failed for the bluff. Now they've realized that Alvaro is all on his lonesome, but the Unbreakable Will is now coming out. Supa waiting over the wall. The Mist already gone. The ulti hitting the cleanse not available. Hansama immediately looking to follow up off to the side. Alvaro's taking out Mirren coming into the back, but doesn't have an ulti. It might not matter. Frescowi firing back. Supa grabbing the kill. The wind wall is there. A split up, messy fight, but now Yike getting involved, looking for a few more clean cuts. The knock by Elyoya is clutch. The knockback, not enough to stop Mickey. His Caps goes instantly over the wall. The tornado coming through with Steel Tempest. Mirren cannot find his way out of this one off to the side of Frescowi versus Hansama. But Caps cut down by Mirren. The Smolder coming out, and MDK do not hesitate.
So it's going to be a messy one. It looks like instead G2 going to just pull away, and it will be MDK who secured that objective.
MDK prospering in that chaos that G2 brought to the table, that incredibly split fight. Ultimately, they come out on top, and now it's Mirren getting aggressive in the bottom lane. Broken Blade running for his life. Not really much of a wave to push here, but a little bit of poke damage coming through. And yeah, you highlighted the 6 grubs. Keeping this push going for just a little bit longer. I think it's able to grab this.
Longer, yeah.
Off of 2 caster minions?
And a dream on that one.
That was the easiest 650 they have ever made in their lives. 6 grubs looking very powerful in that context.
I mean, yeah, if you've ever wanted to see the value of grubs, that was a great example of it.
They spawn and save those caster minions. The amount of damage Frescowi can bring to the table. It is so hard for G2 with this composition to easily navigate a team fight, especially when MDK are already going to be first to set up on so many of these objectives. But Broken Blade doing his due diligence, getting that tower traded back on the bottom side, trying to keep the gold close.
I think the only saving grace for G2 is that they did manage to pick up 2 dragons from the get-go. G2 need to try and clear this out before they try and make any sort of play, because double TP available from Madline's Koi. Caps can't join as quick, but Mirwin might be close.
The arrow, but Broken Blade in the perfect position now to follow up through. This is Predator. He's trying to ult, but Hansama, a nice backstep means Mirwin's not going to be able to get much of anything. Cannon taken out of the equation, crucial for G2.
Even though you get the pick as G2, hang on, MDK going for us.
Yike over the wall. What can the Gwen do? 1.5 items, full AP, the option now. Double needlessly large rod. Decent damage coming in from the ulti, but not too much yet, just onto Alvaro, but now he's just getting instantly deleted. 1 pop, no defensive stats, but there goes Caps. Hansama now looking to follow up the wind wall there. In the meantime, trying to box as much damage as possible, but there is the MF, the bullet time. Alvaro with the re-engage, and Mirwin is here. The pick so damn long ago. Hansama! Oh my God, MDK in Munich, obliterating G2 in the fight.
Madline's Koi are actually playing the map better. They set up the wave, so G2, even though they try to go for the collapse, even though they get the pick, Madline's Koi get the push in mid. They force the overextension from G2, and with that TP from Mirwin, they...
Alvaro just gaining control of the jungle, but you're right. G2 gonna struggle against the Baron push. Elyoya already setting up with his ultimate. Gwen immune, but Hansama very much not. Elyoya instantly going in, now looking for a little bit more, but it seems he is overextended. Yike and Broken Blade looking to double team. TP now coming in, Alvaro with the punt back onto Caps. Caps now locked up, the flash dash through. Mickey escaping. Elyoya taken out, the Baron buff delayed. Crucial for G2 to trade 1-for-1.
Dragons, maybe they can wait, but this game is very quickly, completely falling out of control.
Mickey looking for the engage. Frescowi off to the side. A quick stun might be enough. They're trying to get over the wall, but Suba doesn't have the ultimate. And Frescowi now able to cut down. Huge shutdown for Caps, but it'll be traded back now. Attention spent on the objective, but Yike is here. Yike with a smite to take this one away. The knockback, but they'll just burst him down. The Gwen doesn't have any HP!
Super is just feeling alive in this series. In the near future.
There is ulti.
Yeah, the ult just gonna force them away.
Gwen immune. Initial damage block. TP on the flank. But they've been spotted out by the sapling, but Frescowi crucially has been cut. Now Yike gets to unleash as the Gwen, the needlework, finally going to work. Supa now isolated, but he's used the cleanse. Free to free fire, but too far away from the fight. The wind wall buys a bit more space for the rest of the team. Mirwin isolated and caught out. Yike now going forward, and it's Caps versus Supa. Caps are trying to get the hell out. That is one powerful misfortune, but Yike gets the reset. Supa running, sprinting, strutting his stuff in the midst of the fight, but now Yike instantly popped. Supa taking over Elyoya, hand delivering the Quadra.
Super is just too damn good. The man spaces perfectly. He takes no damage, and he secures the Quadra for MDK.
The patience in that fight from Madline's Koi. Wait for cooldowns, play for Supa, peel for Supa. Let Supa deliver us to the promised land of a 1-0 lead versus G2.
The creativity of G2 cut down in the blink of an eye. 27 minutes in game 1. MDK in total control of each and every single fight.
So I actually love this. So one of the things that we were just highlighting was, hey, if you can play from range, you get a ton of damage. And a combo that I've really started to like that we've seen over in LCK and LPL is Smolder Ezreal, because you get this strong ultimate combo that you can look to pair. Yeah, it's the range advantage that Hansama has that makes it very difficult to try and play. So we're going to see him take a step back as Frescowi takes a lot of damage here.
But Cap's uncertain if he wins this now. Rising spell torsion with Frescowi giving him so much work. Flash forward the
MVP just got solo killed by Frescowi.
This game where it's trying to get out on the map early, make these early plays happen, but hot side.
Level 4 there for G2. Hungry for a little bit more. Knockup is good. Alvaro now turning it back. Has so much resistance. Is courtesy of the Aftershock, courtesy of the Eclipse, but he's still getting burned down. One more auto on to do it. Hansama going in. Hansama flashing back safety, but Supa does not hesitate. Instantly blazing forward the guns. Mickey trying to body block as best he can. The shield coming in. The battle dance. The knockup, but it is not enough. And now it's Mickey who's been caught out. Mickey who's in trouble because the trigger seed is there. And Mickey, he's probably going to be triggered after that one. Double kill for the bot lane of MDK. Now the response, and Frescowi will fall.
G2 needed something and they're able to get it back in the mid lane, but
Mickey were in a great spot because look at the farm that it started to develop. Super was losing a lot trying to work with this team, roaming up through the river and being there to create those 4v3 skirmishes in mid, but Hans continue to focus on the farm. They had that slight level advantage, but then they overcommit. They turn their attention onto Alvaro, and because he's Leona, presses that W, tanks up all the damage, and Super knows if you overcommit to this, I can turn this play around.
Pushed in.
it feels like at the moment they just want to try and get Super out of the matchup versus Hans Sama. The range is crippling him a little bit. Engage though.
Blocked up, rooted, chain CC, Daisy on the way in, arrow there, Yike is there, Daisy hand delivering the pyroclasm to MDK. But the damage not enough to finish the job. Is that Cupcake?
G2 should be able to take this dragon away.
I will say game one, Mad Lions Koi put a huge priority on cross-mapping these neutral objectives as Broken Blades found the flank.
Broken Blade off to the side, knockback is there, Super, dead man walking, doesn't even need the ultimate. The angle for Broken Blade is good. Top father becoming the mid father there for a brief moment as G2 forced to retreat.
As Betty was alluding to, Brand, top side, taking those, and you've still got a good amount of control on this bottom side to deny any sort of cross map from MDK.
G2's draft giving them more reliable tools, the Brand and the Corki. But Mickey now locked up. And now Alvaro potentially out of position. Mirwan waiting over the wall, decent damage coming in from the Smolder in the meantime. Yike, 6 grub buff for this team.
Reality is 380 carries. It's a class that scales with items. And a lot of these champions, they only need the one to really get ready to go. Cassante is an example of that, who says, oh, I'm happy to fight right now. If you are Ezreal, if you want to go toe-to-toe, I'll take you on. He's looking to secure this tower. Oh, he should be able to get it.
Sticking around.
First tower secured, 725 gold for Broken Blade.
Could hold the line bot lane.
Look at top, look at top. TP being used from Broken Blade to set up a flank onto Mirwan. I thought the Corki would also look to collapse.
Split fight, Mirwan running, as the flap will be fine now, the 3v3 in the bottom lane.
But it won't be for long.
Scowie.
Looking for Scowie.
Locked up, ulti coming in for Mickey now, going back on Sama, and Yike! Quick to lay down the damage, Frescowie coming.
TP advantage. Mirwan teleported top, so you don't have the luxury of coming down into this fight. So with that push in mid, G2 gets a fall back to Dragon. And honestly, you can just rinse and repeat here if you want to and look for Rift Herald afterwards.
Well, I think that they turn their attention to the bot tower. Maybe you're right, maybe the Herald is the greater priority, especially given that Caps has pushed that lane all the way out. There's a lot of options, given that Broken Blade has his sights on the bot tower. He could be saying, guys, I can take this by myself. We don't really need to make some sort of crazy play for this. There it is, objective secured. And there's that top vision being invested, just as Dagda talked about.
Going top, but now they might just take Hansama.
Hansama slow is there, Root is there, no more cleanse because of the previous fight. One quick dead Ashe in the mid lane. Broken Blade follow up there, Daisy, third auto not going to hit, but the grub, the Herald down for G2, the objective they were looking for.
Surprised to see Hans not flash that. I guess he wanted to save it.
Tier 1 mid.
Void Grubs are going to come through though. This is the 6th Void Grub like we saw in the last game. It is so powerful in these moments. Just one minion survives and G2 are able to take the mid tower, and now they get to establish that vision once more on top end, leaning towards Caps and just keeping pressure continuously onto MDK.
Yike chipping away at this bot tower with Broken Blade once again. Grubs. Broken Blade's damage on the tower. Another objective secured. I mean, we thought it was going to be hard. This looks damn easy for G2. They shift that pressure over towards the bot side of MDK's jungle. You kind of look at the vision on your screen and you can see MDK don't see anything. And what does that mean? Objective secured. This Baron, maybe there's a way in which MDK can rush it, but they know that it would be too risky given.
They will establish themselves once more as MDK.
Cracked a board, Alvaro caught out, easy chase down for Broken Blade, courtesy of the Iceborne Gauntlet, pullback is there as well. Elia has to be careful about overcommitting, but Mirwan over the wall, calling in Mom, it might be enough. Hansama out of position, Hansama still standing, crucially. Elia not running a Caps more than happy to shred through that life bar as Yike grabs the double.
Well, Joya, it's down to the 380 carries to turn this fight around.
No vision in the pit, 2K. Getting lower, Super can't even get close. Cap taking a bit of a chunk of damage. Baron down, MDK falling to pieces. Mickey finding the knock up, another 80 carry falling. One more remaining as Mirwan retreats.
But I don't think there's anywhere for him to go.
Mom not here to save him, but the TP is. Caps on the way in.
The Croaks!
The Krogs get Mew into safety, investing so much into Alvaro, the front line of MDK. But what can they do? Through the shield, through the aftershock.
Everything to make that play happen, and now they've got a tower that's left limping like they are in this top side. Broken Blade doesn't go down, but G2 should be able to take the tower.
The chance for the top father as he walks away with his life. He returns back out onto the map, looking to push down mid. 1 minute till the Dragon's Soul.
Mickey overconfident, instantly locked up. Super now trying to follow the flash over the wall into Hansama. Super again. The cleanse, Yike backing up, recognizing that is not his moment.
Menacingly, stand there menacingly, it turns out as well, and you cannot kill him.
He's just a menace.
It's just a menace all around. And G2, they are cruising in this game.
I mean, I have to apologize because after the draft, I looked at this composition from MDK and I thought the range would be too much to handle.
Hoping to find the 5v5, the battle lines are drawn, but information in favor of G2 right now. Mickey hoping to find the engage. Movement speed steroid coming in from the ulti, the Cloud Soul there to back him up. Doing a hell of a lot more than Smolder's mom as Broken Blade just continues to walk forward menacingly while the rest of his team finds the kills they need. Broken Blade going in, unstoppable. One more in Tofu strike, looking for the setup. Super locked up, not fast enough this time around. The knockback is there. Yike, legendary. Mirwin and Elyoya running for their lives. Knock up there, Mirwin trying to backstep, Mirwin trying to hold on, doing everything he can to keep them in this game. Elyoya walking away, but the Dragon just not tanky enough. Elyoya getting cut down, Hansama coming around the corner. G2 firing back in game 2 to tie up the series.
MDK drew their battle lines, but didn't know they were standing in front of the execution squad. Shot down where they stood, and MDK are left gasping, hoping for more as G2 will take game number 2.
A commanding and controlled game from G2. Friskawi on Yone, a champion that we definitely don't associate with him, but especially with how he's been playing and feeling so far in the season finals, I'm excited to see what he can do with the champion.
Knock up, Yike now spotted. Continuing to step up, the Hex Flash from Alvaro onto Hans. They're gonna try to body block any further damage. Guardian proc is there, but Supa can't quite get through the minions. Alvaro on the other hand can. Looking for the knock of extra healing now coming in from Hans. Doesn't have the range, battle dance again.
Not enough there, barely. Hansama's able to escape away, but...
And Elyoya really couldn't contest any objectives. It was super hard for him to really do much with the pressure that he had with his lanes. And that means that they conceded a lot. This time around, though, you're seeing the difference. Friskawi continues to do a good job, even though he's a bit behind in farm. That's kind of what you'd expect in this matchup. But Elyoya, at the very least, is able to secure the Dragon.
Good control over the mid lane now for G2, though, because Friskawi
It's
under a ton of pressure.
Pressure on the map, and this is something that G2 really got the better of MDK in the previous game.
Definitely did. The setup now for the dive. Broken Blade can go unstoppable, is already ghosted, but so much damage coming through. Watch out, eat, baby. Broken Blade going down quick. Mickey not able to lock up Alvaro, the person tanking the tower. A clean dive from MDK.
Yeah, Mickey flashed in, I think, to get some sort of shield, but was way too late. Didn't even try and burn the heals. Have to respect it. Also, with the push on bot lane for Broken Blade, it looks like MDK going to be pulled away from the objectives.
I mean, TP available for Broken Blade. He's going to go straight back to that lane and grab himself some plates. You can see the farm not quite as close as it was in the previous game. It does largely help the fact that MDK was able to find that dive on the stacked wave, but G2 still in a very comfortable position as Caps continues to build his lead.
And the staggered respawn of objectives means that MDK aren't really able to grab a cross map quite yet. They might go for the re-dive onto Broken Blade. Mirwin luckily, but Yike is here. Mirwin's in trouble. Mickey trying to chase, quick flash out, not able to find the charm, bit of a split focus. While Mirwin has to deal with a couple of mites, he's still standing for now.
TP now coming in, though.
TP in, immediate CC. Mickey does not have the knockup. One more auto from Hansama's going to do it. He gets the kill down. In the meantime, TP into the bottom lane from G2, desperate to cover that, but it's 3 members coming in. That might have been a little bit too much, Caps. Not ready for the surprise attack from MDK. Thought he could keep that tower standing.
It's hits all over the place.
Best to survive that, but Hansama's arrow doing way too much work. Does mean, though, that the Dragon will be secured by Elyoya, the second of the game. This bot lane tower is getting very low, and we find ourselves game 3 very close in terms of gold, but Super with a 1k gold lead.
It is a great dive from G2 on the top side. They lean to get the push mid, now lean to get the control on bot, get these towers, push G2 back in. Hansam has to be so careful.
Oh. Sidestep good. Sleep could have come through, but the rest of the team there to cover. And one more auto from Supa will finish the job.
But this is clean from MDK, and it was something that really was missing from their gameplay over the course of spring. Mirwin just going to play it safe. Rift Herald up and available though, and it's a quicker reset for G2. They've already established themselves in River. Frescowi's only just gone for the reset himself and no TP, so again, topside objectives heavily favoring G2 with the position they've been able to gain for themselves on the map.
And I think the big thing here is you can see the advantage Caps has built for himself, having that fully completed item, whereas Frescowi has only just now completed the Blade of the Rune King.
Play for this big moment with that MF ult, but G2 finding picks. Have they gone in?
Mickey now turning back, trying to burn through Elyoya. Low health bar and instantly the Fawn deleted, taken out. Alvaro running, burning, ticking. Broken Blade off to the side, can lock up Supa effortlessly. Now going to try to ult him back into his team. W comes through, he holds it, he waits, he takes his time. Going all out against Supa. Supa, the lifesteal now coming in. Ulti is there! Anticipating the move from Broken Blade. He gets a kill back, but it's still G2 on the mid lane tower. In the meantime, Mirwin in the top lane desperately wants to get something back.
Broken Blade, he was a little too overconfident in that.
And strong.
Yes,
what a combo.
I think this game is going to come largely down to Caps versus Supa. His positioning is going to be crucial. Oh, ulti from Alvaro.
MDK just trying to hold on to control of the Dragon Pit. Dragon now using the TP. Where is Yike's ulti going to go? The big question. The flank now coming in. Not the flank. Support TP coming in instantly. G2 going to find the combo. Supa deleted. You said if any, it comes down to him, but now it might have to be Frescowi instead. Everybody's taking a nap on the side of G2, but the follow-up is not there. A split fight from MDK costs them so much, even as Cap's health bar burns down. G2 will take the Drake.
They were trying to set up, but there was no one in position to be that tank. No one to deny G2 access to River.
Standing in his way, goes for a bit of a poke, and that was the mistake. Flash in from Yike.
MDK. Have they caught out Caps, overloading the side lane, but the blue trinket comes through, and now it's G2 on the hunt. Arrow, Hex Flash from Alvaro. A good catch to be sure, but this ain't a game of baseball, baby. League of Legends. Means that's gonna cost him. Now Broken Blade going in, finding the knockback onto 2. Yike, then a follow-up. Domination from G2.
It's a home run from G2. Alvaro gets smacked down with the arrow, and now they will turn over to the Baron right as it spawns. It's the perfect moment for G2.
Absolute devastation for MDK. They thought that they were creating a collapse onto Caps, but instead it was they who were collapsed on. 3 members down, the Baron secured, and G2 looking to take firm control over Game 3.
The threat range of this G2 composition, Rakan leaping forward.
Frescowi's isolated top. MDK don't have the resources to keep this tower alive. They're happy to concede it for now.
But they just get to rotate quicker to the bottom side, and now they're going to be setting up once more. Mirwin trying to move into position on bot side, gets pushed in mid, but you're outnumbered here.
TP here. No Q3 for Frescowi, but he will have the ulti available. Mom called. Frescowi going to try to backstep, interrupt the CC as best he can, but he's so weak he only has a single item. Yike caught out though, and again, Supa finding the angle, backed up.
Some fans petitioning to get us a desk. The Dragon going to be secured.
I appreciate the rapid sign creation in our time of need. No, we're good.
That's very kind of you. Thank you, guys.
The desk is
overextending. When that man is locked in, he is locked in.
Caps caught out of it here. Immediate follow. Ulti comes through. Quick pick on the side lane. G2 now responding. Hansama continuing to step up. Solar Flare down. Alvaro cut down. Arrow to follow. Connecting on Elyoya. The damage coming in. And here comes the cavalry. 007 trying to find a way in. Casino Royale, baby, as G2 start cashing out with the fire back. Not enough. Hansama still standing. MDK trying to hold on to the top lane. Mom called. G2. We're here again. The lines of scrimmage drawn, but it's Caps on the flank. The arrow connected on the little baby dragon. The knock up there. Elyoya sprinting out. He knows it's done. Hansama unstoppable. G2 find the pick. The Baron in their sights.
They just keep catching MDK out.
We went from how to train your dragon to how to frame it on your living room wall. It has been brutal for Mirwin, and now as the Baron falls to G2, how do you try and come back? Time and again, MDK have gone for these squishy comps.
Piece, one or two things that might have been wrong. If we adjust, we can come back stronger in game 3. And while the first few minutes might have looked better, the answer is no, it was not enough. G2 close to moving on to match point. MDK gonna need to dig deep in this first.
Flashes down so much
Well,
across
that's
the board.
Top side. They don't care about this Drake. They don't care about Soul Point. They're happy to just break open the base. MDK, we're hoping for the 5v5, hoping for the angle, but they're just gonna concede so much.
The arrow.
The arrow!
Connect. Elyoya. He's stunned. The inhibitor goes down. That's 1, that's 2 for G2.
Hansama or Prey, hard to be sure. See that objective. 1 inhibitor standing, 1 inhibitor tower to protect it.
The Scout is looking for a TP. The Lord is there, ready.
Arrow again, finding Mirwin. Broken Blade stepping up, looking for the Q3. Alvaro off to the side, keep your eyes on Supa. That ult has to be everything, but already Alvaro burning Blaze, taking him down. Mirwin calling in Mom. The ulti not gonna catch from Supa. They've got too many subs up and available. Mickey! The perfect angle! Anticipates the backstep. Hansama cutting them down, and G2 on the cusp of match point. One dragon, not enough.
Mickey X marks the spot as to where MDK once stood as G2 hold the minions and look for the end.
Mirwin running. He'll get a kill back onto Caps, but it shouldn't be enough. A backstep is good, a bit of hope, but G2, they just auto the Nexus, and with confidence, they get close to match point. The knockup will seal the deal, and G2, 2-1 up on Mad Lion's Koi. And Gwen, of course, in this position, when you have so much CC elsewhere on the map, I think is much more set up for success. The early lane we'll have to keep track of, but as you go later in the game, the Jhin, the Corki, the Brand, all want to operate at such long range.
Using the minion wave as a kind of wall, but they're suspicious. Here we go.
One auto, concussive blows, the Braum passive, really the big thing that matters here. Hansama already marked up. Mickey trying to stop Alvaro from getting any further. 2, 3, and 4. This is a massively MDK paper trade thus far, but the cleanse now coming in. Supa taking a decent amount of damage. 4 shot, evening things up a bit, but Hansama still taking damage. Finally able to reload. Mickey full committing here. No ignite to finish the kill. Hansama wants the 4 shot. There it is. 1 left in the chamber. Puts it to work.
A beautiful 4th shot from Hansama. It was just setting up for the play. Now we turn our attention to top.
Broken Blade level 2. Mirwin's level 3, wave crashing Elyoya on the way in. Might just be about getting XP at this point. Can he turn this back? So much CC now going down. He's locked up briefly. Elyoya gonna fall. Disaster on the top side. Broken Blade gonna get up 1 or 2 creeps, but otherwise an even trade. And Aatrox's not a champion who loses gracefully. Gonna need a lot of time and a lot of items if he's put at a deficit to really be that threat. So MDK, I think they found the weakness in the armor. They're gonna push again, but Yike is here to cover it again. It will fail. This time, Broken Blade keeps his life, and MDK walk away empty-handed. Going just fine thus far as they try to push in. Level 4 for both supports. Means there's not a lot to get here. Frescowi at least threatening. Trying to get his wave in a good state.
The idea behind this Yone pick is to pull the pick potential of the Ashe, and Supa on this Ashe is now going to have to show us the same. He's been moved up towards the top side. MDK set the sights on Broken Blade once more.
Broken Blade.
Almost level 6.
In trouble, but he's been here before. Level 6 now comes through. Extra healing. Nice sidestep on the initial piece of CC. Q3 buys a bit more time, but it's just not enough. MDK, well played. 3rd member, the difference maker there. 2, not enough.
Push. Mid control as well. Caps doesn't have TP as he looks to base. Seems like a difficult contest for G2.
MDK, potential now to try and shift this into bot side. See if they can find some pressure towards Hansam and Mickey. Otherwise, you look at the top left corner of your screen, a minute until those void grubs, a potential 6 grub buff, and actually, they're just going to go for the reset now. So I imagine Hansam and Mickey going to waltz their way up towards top side. The mid laner now move across. It's 2 members of MDK trying to delay this, but Supa's resetting Mirwin's bot side with no teleport, and it's 6 grubs with a patient game from G2.
Certainly is, Dagda. I mean, you called it out clearly. Each step, G2 handled well. 6 grubs secured for G2.
G2 has found their stride again. They understand how they want to approach the game. This Corki has been massive for Caps, and Hansama continues to impress. A man who didn't get a huge amount of praise over the course of the year, but
The map, it's G2. They pushed away mountain top. They have the pressure in bots, the TP flank bots.
Knockman on Hansama, decent. Do they have the follow through? Concussive blows lands, that's big. Mirren on the backside. They're looking to collect a bounty quickly on the Jin. A bit of revenge for the bot lane murder earlier on. Donated to Frescowie. Massive shutdown for the Yone. A good pick. It costs a lot, but it's worth the price.
moved down to cover Caps in the mid lane, so he doesn't even really get the push on top side. G2 not in a position to fight back at all.
Great use of the TP from MDK. Just a creative way of finding an angle of attack. It splits Hansama and Mickey up.
Yeah. You have to be a little bit careful. Sorry, I think you have to be a little bit careful here as MDK though, because yes, you're going to end up taking this top side, but there's still moments where I want to see if they're able to control this play on mid, because even though you have Rift Herald, it's very easy for G2 to collapse on you incredibly quickly. They already burnt the TP from Irwin on towards this spot side play. You can't really look for any sort of play in the mid turret until you have that teleport back up. So MDK need to play patient over the next few minutes. Just wait until they can try and fight G2 on an even footing.
OPLoLReplay getting aggressive, knows that he has Mickey on the way in. Ulti over from Frescowie is clean. We'll walk away.
He has the flash.
Second to Yike. Is the Grubs remain really good at taking towers. No creep wave needed. A single one will do.
And it's hilarious to see, because G2 at the start of the year were a void group team. They would so consistently look for this 6-group buff, but they kind of disappeared with it and decided it wasn't really worthwhile. We go for dragons instead, but now they're coming back. Mirren, does he hop over the wall? Mickey.
Mirren waiting, does a lot of damage. The Shroud though going to fade away, moves out of it to reset the cooldown at least for a brief moment, gives himself a bit more time, and now Delio has been caught out. Curtains have been called. Down goes the boar. Alvaro going to try his best to body block, but just a single pick for G2.
It was MDK setting up a pick as G2 setting up for the rotation to catch the bot wave. Invests the... Wait, maybe I missaw. No, he does invest the ultimate.
That's the ulti gone.
And that's everything gone. Caps sees his window.
Teamfight power gone. Flash forward, perfectly aimed. Mickey, yet another kill for G2.
And just quick punishments as Mirren tries to step up. He already used the Shroud, so there's nothing that can stop Mickey's ultimate crashing down on top of him.
And so you just kind of have to concede the dragon, and that means the bit by bit more control. I say that, MDK is posturing.
Need to fight, want to find an angle. Lock up there, Broken Blade immediately goes on to Supa. Supa really no room to play at all. Forced to use the arrow early, knocking from Alvaro to keep his 80 carry standing. Frescowie over the wall, 4-shot for Hansama.
Gwen?
Not gonna matter much, but the curtain's called. The angle, hitting the rocket to follow. Alvaro body blocks the 4-shot.
They walked past the push that little bit too late, but Mirren just wasn't there. He tried the TP for a flank, and G2, they'd already gone for the engage.
We talked about these item spikes and how crucial they are for G2.
Down, forcing Frescowie to come back, but he has the Q3 to escape. That said, Caps completely unafraid, but the damage for Frescowie is big. Needs to be perfect here. Dashes in, one more soul inbound, dash through. Caps gonna be able to find him. Q3 hoping to find it, can snap back, but doesn't have the time. There's no tenacity for the Yone. He's easy pickings for that Leona.
Oh, good, they took down G2. Maybe this rookies could do things.
Flash, Mirren locked up. This is big. The Gwen damage, their sole source of a lead. Now they're able to fire back. The current call is finally here. Oh, and it's the miss phase. G2 strike back. Supa trying to backstep as best he can, but Broken Blade, despite the deficit, his team is there to carry the fight through. A triple for your MVP.
The rookies are being slaughtered. G2 have no respect for what could have been. They want to end this. They want to make it what should have been.
Frescowie trying to find the 1v1, should still be favored, but the root from Hansama! Oh! It's rage-inducing! It could have been his, but the Jin was there from 3,000 range to seal the deal. And now the Baron falls in favor of G2 MDK. They wanted to upset the apple cart. They wanted to tell us a new story, not Fnatic and G2, something different.
A siege on bot side may be the undoing of MDK. The Baron available still for 2 more minutes.
Angle.
They want Caps.
Caps. Their eyes on the prize. It'll likely cost them a tier 2, maybe more, but Caps trying to come through, trying to find the damage, going in onto Mirwen, thinks he can win the 1v1 in the meantime. Needlework coming in, 1,000 gold to Mirwen for the top side. What else will they give? What else will they pay for the shutdown on the Caps? The base falling apart, the tower breaking, but the inhibitor still stands. A desperate maneuver from the side of MDK.
Wait for that opportunity. you're kind of doing everything you can to find that miracle play. Super though, he's
Already
doing
there.
it.
The curtain's open. MDK overconfident. The arrow there. Frescowi now trying to turn this one back, but it's too little. They've given up 2. That jungle does not belong to them.
They needed to slow for the dragon. They thought they could get the bounty, but G2 took off and they just immediately turned it around, and now they're scrambling. G2, they want to end this.
G2 may have faltered in the first series versus MDK. They may have been caught off guard, but in the final moments of this game 4, they refuse to fall. Can Mad Lions Koi say the same? Mirwin finding the first kill, the fight kicking off. Everything comes down to this Gwen. Frescowi there as well. Flash out from Hansama buys them a bit more time. They will stay standing.
HP needs to be replenished. MDK will find a window though. They've secured a mid tower, get a little bit more gold. Mirwin is really... Oh wait, but they know that they're on the dragon. They think that they can just go for the end.
G2.
No TP available on Mirwin.
Creativity coming through. They don't have the angle.
They hold off. They decide not to. They'll give over the bounty. Now the resets from G2 will finally come through.
Mirwin has to be...
Super. Yeah, Alvaro, good read there. Recognizes how much danger his AD carry is in, but he's going to pay the price.
Losing so much health, manages to find the knockup button too, but Mirwin's not in a position. He's not set up. MDK. The rage from G2 and Broken Blade. Despite the early game is here. Needlework now coming in. Yike going to be in trouble. Mirwin trying to bring this one back. The ulti good. He goes golden, but it's just enough time to watch his team die before his eyes. Frescowi though, Hansama out. Is it enough? Can the Yone do it? Q3 now coming through. There's 3 members on top of him. It is not. G2 in the LEC, winter, spring, and summer. Through the lower bracket, they'd have no other way. The season final stands in front of them. G2 and Fnatic, as it was before, as it is again, it is inevitable. G2 return to the finals.
These were some of the best highlights from today's 2024 LPL Summer Split matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.